and she's inviting Congress members to go with her, and you can meet her grandma and meet some other people there, and face-to-face contact people is very, very important. So I'm just wondering if you're planning to go with her. And thank you for supporting the Green New Deal and Medicare for all single payer, not public option. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for coming and doing at Town Hall. I definitely appreciate it. It's part of what we expect from our representatives. My question to you is, your congressional district is quite varied with people on both sides of the aisle. And yet you come here and basically speak incredibly disrespectful about our president. And yet people in your congressional district
Thank you, Congresswoman.
people in your congressional district, there are many, like myself, that are incredibly big supporters of our president for things like helping the African American job rate increase from Obama, for all of the things that our president is doing to secure our border. So my question to you is, Congressman Bass, do you think it's respectful to your constituents to sit up there, talk about white supremacists, and talk about people as if you only have one constituency and those are the ones that try to believe your way of thinking? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we should talk about it.
Good job.
Ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you
Yeah.
for always coming to listen to your constituents and allowing people in the opposition, no matter who you
Yeah.
are, to speak their piece.
Exactly.
And
This is good.
Won't let us do it yours.
It's good for people to be heard.
Within our electoral process, from Congress to congressperson, councilperson, board of supervisors, who actually come and listen to you.
That's okay. Don't. I appreciate it.
Almost threefold.
A lot of kids are at risk.
One has to do with health reform and pre-existing conditions. We have people that are trying to dismantle the Affordable Care Act. And we have some challenges in getting it established strongly because of lack of competition by the insurance carriers. What I would like to find out is who are the insurance carriers that are stonewalling you, pretending that they're caring about what's happening to our health. One of the people I know is not health care, that's who I'm going through right now, who is denying me coverage because I had a conversation about arterial blockage.
Lord.
And I said, well then, if I talk about tap smears, or I talk about my mammogram, does that mean that you're going to not cover me because they have a breast cancer, or because I had the audacity to talk? So health reform is great, but we need to get more forensic as far as what insurance companies are causing it to fail. The other thing is prison reform. We talk about prison reform, and the good thing about it is, as you said, the first step, what has happened within the facilities, but how do you get people when they come back into reentry? And then not only that, if you serve your time and you serve your cause or whatever, then there are many things that cause you as an ex-felon not to be able to do. Going to game show, that's the audacity you want to call. There are certain things within coming back into the reentry that will cause people to go back in and think that they don't have a right. Also, the last thing is education. That's also part of the prison reform, because you have from school to prison. What is LA Unified School District really doing to educate our youth, to help our youth get to the next level? I remember when I was going, and it's been years ago, we had auto, we had mechanic, we had wood shop, we had the whole 360-degree thing, so that people who can leave high school can get a job, people who leave high school can start a business, because we have STEM, which is great, but still may not be able to do the plumbing. You need somebody to do the plumbing, so it's like, what can be done about that?
Thank you.
Thanks, Karen, I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Hi, my name is Bella. Nice to meet you. It's great to be here. I just wanted to ask you to put a star on what you have already been doing to
Would you mind watching my seat?
trafficking.
Sure, here,
You
too.
probably already heard about something called TIPS.
Who's watching my
And
stuff?
PIMS as well, which is a program to
Oh.
end modern slavery. We
Nobody's
want to
gonna
just go ahead and triple team this since we're kind of on the same agenda. I know we're going back and forth, but really.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the three of you are talking
Yeah.
about the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's fine, go ahead and do that.
So, we're with IJM, International Justice Mission, I don't know if you've heard about us, we don't.
Sure.
Good morning. Thank you for having this town hall today. You may be able to tell from my accent I'm not from the US originally. I'm from Australia originally. And one of the issues that is close to my heart is that I love the fact that we get to use our power to stand for those who are most vulnerable across the whole country and internationally. One of the issues, I love the fact that you're representing Africa. On the continent of Africa, specifically in the country of Ghana, are modern day slavery. There's children who are slaves over a large lake, yes, that's right, Lake Volta. And so this is an issue that's close to all of our hearts, and continue supporting anti-human trafficking. Thank you.
My name is Alex Clark. I'm also with the team as well. We really appreciate that you've made it a bipartisan priority of yours to combat human trafficking. We have experience with International Justice Mission, specifically as an organization. I just wanted to put forward to you another organization called Shared Hope International. That was started by another representative, and she puts out kind of a grading system as far as the legislation for states specifically, and whether or not they're bringing their laws in conformity to the severity that the federal justice system has. And we actually have a C rating at the time of state that. So there's generally some specific that we can look at to improve that rate. Thank you.
So this is gonna be the last one, and then I'll respond.
Right.
And then you can see this is a very long line. And I'm committed to going through the line, but you can help me by making your comments very short.
Yep.
That was nice, because we took care of three. So, Keith,
Good to see you there.
good to see you.
All right.
You know, we're on both on opposite sides, but I respect.
I know, you support the president.
But I did want to.
Amen.
You know, I really appreciate the fact that you give us. the
Yeah,
opportunity to
you got one right here too.
educate.
Don't you worry.
Nobody else does it in this state. But anyway.
I have a wall around my
The
house.
Declaration of Independence and the 14th
Sorry.
Amendment,
Sorry.
both acknowledge that all men are created equal.
Yes.
And in reference to who they are as persons, created in God's image and not according to their sexual preferences. And the reason I say this is because that was the big argument back in the days of the civil rights movement, was that I'm a man, I'm a black man, and I'm a man. I'm not an animal, I'm not Greek that's human. So I guess my question would be to you, is that since the LGBTQ,
Whatever.
We got it, we got it.
You know, it seems that it's more an acknowledgement not of them as persons, but them as something different. And I say this because it is by a sexual preference that they are talking about. Because they are men and they're women. Either way, whether you change from man to woman or woman to man, you're still a human being, a person. So those rights of law, of natural rights of life, liberty, and property belong to them. But now this Equality Act is something more than that. Because, and that's what I'm trying to get, the point across to people. So I think we need to maybe clarify that, because we don't really need the extra laws if we follow our Constitution.
Right.
That was it.
Okay, so let me just respond to these 10, and then we will take another 10.
He's a member of our team.
I think I want to respond to Ilhan Omar from both perspectives. I know that there were an awful lot of people, I certainly got a lot of calls on both sides of this. And some people wanted me to denounce Ilhan and the comments that she made. But to me, what I said to folks is that, if I denounce her, then I don't have any avenue or vehicle in which to talk to her to build a relationship and to let her know that what some of the things that she said have impacted people as anti-Semitic. When she did the All About the Benjamins, apparently All About the Benjamins is a quote from a song, but obviously people didn't take it that way, and she has to be way more sensitive. What she is critical of is very critical of money in politics. That's at the core of where she's coming from. She would be very critical.
She's critical of
media, and a lot
Israel.
People would say, why do you take corporate PAC money? And I do take corporate PAC money. And let me just tell you, I would give anything to be able to get money the way Bernie and some of these other people do. Well, yeah, that's an easy thing to say, the gentleman back there is saying, don't take it. Well, you know what the interesting thing is that to get to the point where you have tens of thousands of subscribers that give you $5 to $10, you have to invest a ton of money in order to do that, and I guarantee you, a lot of that money starts at corporate money first, and then becomes small contributors. I would love to do that, but I don't want to get off track from Omar, and I'm happy to talk about corporate money. But that is her beef, and so she was saying that in reference to AIPAC, very inappropriately, not understanding the impact of what she
AIPAC
was
doesn't
saying.
donate to candidates.
And so what I have chosen to do is to build a relationship with Ilhan and the other young people that are new to Congress, that have been activists, and now they've come into the electoral arena. And so how you change your functioning from one to the other. But the idea of denunciations that some people wanted me to do, I did not see how that was productive or would assist the situation at all. Bilateral trade with Africa, with the state of California, I'm all for it. I will actually take the information that Al Washington gave and raise it with Governor Newsom, who I will be talking to soon. In terms of, and if I'm here in the October conference, I would love to be there. Traditional public schools, the outlook, I'm very concerned because we have a Secretary of Education that doesn't support public education. That's the bottom line. And so right now, in terms of public education, we're on the defense, trying to prevent her from hurting public education as much as she would like to. Global warming is huge. It's a huge priority for the Democratic caucus, and one of the first things that Speaker Pelosi did was establish a select committee on climate change, and you'll be hearing more from that committee. Maybe I can invite some of the people from the committee here, and we can have a specific town hall about climate change. Once again, another example of where California is so far ahead. No, I won't be traveling to Palestine with Rashida. I have been to Palestine before. One thing I want to mention, this is the 400th anniversary from when enslaved Africans were first brought
Israel's a
to the
Jewish
continent
state.
of the United States. And so there's going to be a lot of commemorations in the month of August. And one of the commemorations will be in Ghana, and I will be traveling to Ghana in the month of August. I'm a little concerned about Rashida's trip. And concerned that I don't want to see her get detained in Tel Aviv because she is openly against the Israeli government, and she might get into trouble when she gets there. Disrespectful of the president, I'm sorry, but I don't support the president. I do think he is.
You okay? Sorry about that. I agree with you.
I'm not representing my constituents. Now, what I do believe in, though, is that if people support the president and they're in line, they have absolutely every right to speak and be respected by the audience here. And so I respect the comments. I will take issue, though, because one of the things that...
Yo, shut up, have some respect. Have some respect. Have some respect.
Hey, what's going on back there? Can we get some staff support back there? He has his Trump flag, whatever. So let me just say that one of the things that I find extremely offensive and insulting, the president consistently says, is that he has helped African Americans by reducing the unemployment rate because he didn't do a darn thing. Now, what has helped the African American unemployment rate is the improved economy that started before he got there. There is no specific program, not one specific program that the president had that has helped African Americans. If anything, he has been completely insulting and offensive to African Americans by saying that our communities are a mess. And what do we have to lose? And why our communities are not a mess. Obviously, you're not familiar with the African American community. In terms of insurance carriers and stonewalling, I think we have had a wonderful insurance commissioner in Dave Jones, and I believe our new insurance commissioner will also be very positive, and I think that that's something that can be raised with him on a state level. Human trafficking and IJM, it's good to know about your organization. I want to find out more about it. And there is a report that we have on a federal level called a TIP report, and I made sure when I first got to Congress that they included the United States. Because we oftentimes stand in judgment of other countries and we don't take a mirror on ourselves. Human trafficking is a huge problem in the United States, and it's one of those problems that is kind of undercover. So I wasn't surprised when you said the report you're referring to, you get a C rating. And then the Declaration of Independence and sexual preference. Keith, you should know that the reason why the LGBT community came together around the Civil Rights Act is because there is massive discrimination against LGBT folks. That's the reason why. And as I said, contrary to what some people might believe, is the insertion of those rights in the Civil Rights Act was vetted by all of the civil rights attorneys and all of that to make sure that it did not compromise the rights of African Americans or other folks. So with that, we can take the next step.
Hi, Congresswoman Bass. My name is Nina Womack. I'm a community activist from South LA, currently doing development work in Cape Coast, Ghana, so I plan to be there too as well in August. What I wanted to ask you is, as you may or may not know, the United Nations has declared from 2015 to 2024 the International Decade for people of African descent. And I'm very glad that the United Nations has taken on that initiative. I also found on their website that March 25th is the International Day of Remembrance for people from the transatlantic slave trade. And I wanted to know what initiatives, campaigns, or anything do we have in the U.S. to promote that, because no one knows out here that March 25th is the day of slavery remembrance. Thank you.
Along with Election Day.
Action group. To require all presidential and vice presidential candidates to pass a security clearance. In my opinion,
What is that? The other part?
to pass a security clearance.
Oh, to pass a security clearance?
And congressmen too. Congressmen too. And senators. Well, absolutely. And a background. Really. I totally agree with that. Absolutely.
There's nobody that's in there now.
See what I'm saying? We got to have one for our jobs.
First of all, I just want to thank you for supporting the Violence Against Women Act and the Equality Act. I am a lesbian woman, and I'm very proud of it. And I went to the same high school as you, and I had a very easy time coming out just because I have an amazing support group of teachers and students who are trans, non-binary, and queer like me. So it's disgusting that what I walked into today with the flyers, but thank you so much.
So she was talking about what I was passing out, but I have friends who no longer are gay and who have detransitioned. What about their rights?
Today. Okay.
Go ahead, continue.
So the State Department indicated to Senator Van Holden that 37,000 people applied for the visa applications. I have 3 family members who were of those 37K. Only 6% received waivers. That's incredibly low. So the muzzle ban is now like over 2 years old, and I just wanted to know what you plan to do in terms of giving relief to the impacted communities, as well as do you plan to co-sponsor legislation HR 810 and then no Muslim Ban Act?
Thank you.
Good morning, Congressmember Bass. I want to thank you again for coming here today. I want to thank you for your support of the Voting Rights Act. I hope we'll take down gerrymandering next.
Yes.
I also want to thank you, Samantha Lino, for what you're doing next week, furthering the legacy of Nipsey Hussle. I think it's very important. My next comment's not going to probably get applause though. On the border, I also want to thank you for what you're doing. The president said he compared asylum seekers to animals, and as a Jew, that scares me a lot because that is the sort of language that precipitated the Holocaust. And what you're doing to combat white supremacy is also very important. And as a Jew, I thank you for that. The part that's not going to get the applause is as a Jew, I'm also very worried about the latent anti-Semitism
Yes.
on the left wing.
Yep.
And I'm curious what your thoughts are on
It's
HR
serious.
regarding BDS and other anti-Semitic movements like it. And I want to say that with a caveat that I don't support Bibi Netanyahu. I don't support the Likud party. I don't support a bunch of Israeli policies, but I support Israel as a nation. They're an ally, they're an important ally, and as an American, I think that's important. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you, Congresswoman, for being here. Special thanks to all staff members.
I appreciate that. It's out of control.
I'm a member of the Iman Foundation. My question, and also I'm Community Relations Manager at the National Iran-American Council. I'm very concerned that Trump has reversed the Obama administration's successful diplomatic engagement with Iran. The regular deal now by JCPOA. And staffing his cabinet members with warmongers like John Bolton. I have two quick questions. What are you planning to do to ensure that Trump doesn't lead us to war in Iran? Second, would you support any legislation to restrain Trump's war powers or call on Trump to return to the deal? Thank you.
Right. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to ask you to reconsider your stance on the individual ownership rights. You know, it's the Second Amendment. It's not the 27th Amendment or something. It's the Second Amendment. Our forefathers fought and died for
Amen.
this right to fight tyrannical regimes.
Government.
Now, it's not for home ownership. It's to fight tyranny. Now, the National Rifle Association, during its inception, was integral in arming African Americans freed slaves to protect themselves from
Yes,
the evil,
that's right.
Democratic wing of the KKK.
Right.
Get on the right side of things. And President Trump is your daddy. He's your mama's daddy, and he's going to be your second. Show some respect.
Wow.
That's why I love Townhall.
Yeah.
What you want to hear?
There we go. Lots of fun. That's it.
That was definitely
Congresswoman, we're in the midst now of tax season, and I wanted to know if there's anything that can be done to reverse the cap on writing off for local taxes, which the tax law.
Yeah, you're talking about the law that impacted California.
Impacting California. Can anything be done? Because it really has to be.
We need to expand that.
Thank you.
Please.
My name is Mary Jane Popper, and I'm a constituent, and I completely have respect for you. How you started in this work, all of that. And I was just going to suggest that there might be education for some of the folks in the room around equity, to understand equity. Dr. Kamara Jones does excellent education for people who are supporting the Trump administration to learn from. But I am actually here about a couple of other things. One is the School-Based Health Reauthorization Act is up. I believe you're going to support that. School-Based Health Center Reauthorization. Yes. So these are places where, especially children in poverty, might be the only place where they access health care at all. So supporting that, I hope you can do that. But the other thing is that with the Title X family planning dollars right now, the Trump administration is actually instituting a gag rule again, but the issue that they have denied science, denied evidence-based, even took that
I've right on my head
Centers for Disease Control.
You okay?
is completely
Jesse, are you okay?
egregious. And the issue that crisis pregnancy centers can actually
Yeah, I know.
receive Medicaid dollars
Right on my head,
now,
yes.
and Title X funding
Yeah.
is
Thank you.
completely out of line.
I know. He's a big fan of mine. It's okay.
United States Marine Corps veteran. I started working in Corps, and USA back then, Republicans had the time, now the Democrats have.
And just everybody needs to know that guy has been harassing me for the past half an hour, but it's okay. I want everybody to just document that.
When I was talking to you before, I was telling you about the Trump administration dealing with covert racism back in West Los Angeles, the VA medical center.
Thank you, sir.
However,
I'm fine. He's just been harassing me, but it's okay.
Okay, so I don't know what the lady was talking about.
It's just been like ongoing.
Anyway, we got
But it's
covert
okay. I'm a
racism
big
running wild at the West Los Angeles VA. You got veterans not being treated, you're kicking them out of programs, closing programs.
That's right. So Karen Bass's town halls are usually some of the best. She's very open to letting people talk. She better be open to getting her name off the Equality Act. That's a big issue.
This guy talking about gun laws. Okay, the Martin Act was put in by Ronald Reagan with Black Panthers there on the courthouse. So don't speak for us. And I wish white people start speaking for black people. You speak for themselves. You don't speak for you.
You know.
Hello, I am Debbie Moore Washington, and I'm coming with a thank you. I am president of the United Black Student Unions of California, and I just wanted to take a minute for your constituents to know that as busy as you are, and as important as the things are that you're dealing with in Washington, D.C., that on December 8th, you took the time to meet with us, a group of teenagers, about 40 of them, at LMU. And as a result of your comments, I just wanted the audience to know that that group of BSU Black Student Union teenagers from all around the state of California have started an initiative based on your comments to get 16 and 17-year-olds to pre-register to vote. Thank you very much for all that you do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Congresswoman Bass. My name is Andrew Milder, and I got here a minute late, so you may have addressed it prior to me getting here. I'm sorry. But it's about an issue that really directly affects everybody in this room significantly. It's the better known as the metastasizing cancer throughout America, known as arbitration. And arbitration affects us severely. We are all engaged in and affected by it much more than we know. All of our cell phone agreements, our mortgages, our rents, our health care, every agreement we have now has an arbitration agreement which eliminates our right to a jury trial. A lot of us might go through an analysis and say, well, I'm probably not going to have to go to a jury trial, I just want to pay my money and get my cell phone service. The reality is, though, the analysis should not be how it's going to affect me and my friends and family. The reality is how corporations assess a situation when they no longer have to face a jury trial again. That's why we're on hold for hours with every corporation we deal with. That's why service is getting worse. We are the frogs in the proverbial boiling water. I may conclude by saying that I really hope you sponsor the FAIR Act, which was just entered into the United States Congress, the House and Senate, by Senator Blumenthal and I believe Johnson and Nadler, the Forced Arbitration Injustice Repeal Act, which must be passed, and we must get that through. In a nutshell, I'm going to conclude. The bill, I believe, is H.R. 1423.
Oh, that's okay. The number's not important. I will find it.
And if I may conclude by giving a little congressional
Where does it stop?
testimony of a brilliant and maybe more important, honest lawyer named Cliff Pileski. Starts out, arbitration is more than unfair. It is a scandal occurring in broad daylight. Civilizations are evaluated by the quality of the civil justice
It's a matter of private agreement.
We're still
I don't think I
lecturing
should be
today
interrupted.
other countries about the rule of law, while in contemporary America, American workers and consumers and employees are being sent to secret tribunals known as arbitration with no right to appeal. It's extraordinary that we sit here.
You know, okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman, for being here and for the town hall. My name is Maziar Rostamian. I'm an Iranian American, and I've lived in the U.S. for 10 years now. I've got a doctorate degree in mechanical engineering, and I work at a mechanical engineering company focused on aerospace. So I'm with a group of PhD students from different universities in Southern California. It's actually a very small group here, but representing a larger group. What we're here for is to talk about these special interests that are trying to abolish the law with a newly introduced bill in order to remove the per country cap for